Online team-based shooters are more than just fun and competitive video games. Many of them also tell amazing stories. Some campaign modes let gamers experience the horror and shock of personal loss in war. Others grant the player the role of guardian on an epic quest to save the light of the solar system. Both of these types of games are relaying a story built around an immersive, scripted experience. So the question is, how can a developer tell a fascinating story when that script is removed? 2016 first-person shooter Overwatch by Blizzard Entertainment did just that. The development team leverages every aspect of character and world design, along with various other online media, to create a compelling narrative that leaves fans clamoring for more with every major update. One such playable character is Junkrat, a defense hero. Without explanation, there are a number of things immediately apparent here. He is missing both a leg and an arm on his right side. The tips of his hair are literally on fire. His clothing is torn, patched, and also burned. He stands there, strapped to the teeth with explosives, the smoke-stained head twitching back and forth. Within the world of Overwatch, he is in fact a demolitions expert who lives in the cutthroat expanse of the Australian outback. Short of hearing him talk, a lot of that description is clear upon initial inspection.
Well, there's two things that solve every problem. Money and explosives. I've got an idea!
Junkrat's weapon of choice continues to reveal hints at his psychological profile. His grenade launcher is plainly held together with string, tape, and whatever spare parts he could salvage and slap together haphazardly. These design choices inform the player of Junkrat's character. His weapons don't have to look pretty. He doesn't have to look pretty, as long as he can continue to blow things up, causing as much mayhem as possible.
Watch over you!
In contrast to him, the support character Mercy appears angelic. She wears a white mechanical suit that features wings and a halo-like headset. Her weapons are a long staff and small pistol that both look a bit worn from frequent use. Mercy stands tall and proud, seeming confident in her ability to do what need to be done. All of these small cues come together in the player's mind. When introduced to Mercy's abilities that involve healing damaged teammates and, most importantly, resurrecting fallen heroes from death, these skills seem natural. They are an extension of the impression the design inherently gives off. It then comes as no surprise that Junkrat's ultimate ability is a large tire bomb. This well of detail showcasing each individual hero's personality runs deep in the game of Overwatch. Even beyond the static designs, every character has emotes, ability animations, voice lines, and reload sequences that reinforce invisible human traits about them. These details encourage players to see Overwatch heroes as distinct, real people and identify with them. Even if their backstories are not explicitly outlined, these designs create the impression of a life lived. Additionally, the maps of Overwatch provide players with a number of glimpses into the stories of certain characters as well as the game's world as a whole. From a gameplay perspective, these maps act as capture point locations or payload routes that need to be attacked or defended by the participating teams. That is no different than any other team-based shooter. Through meticulous design, Blizzard has constructed Overwatch maps that encourage exploration and discovery in between frenzied teamfights. For example, the capture point map Horizon Lunar Colony is the former home of one of Overwatch's more unusual characters, Winston. Winston is a hyper-intelligent guerrilla scientist raised on the moon. Once the novelty of that sentence settles in, take a look at some of the locations on the lunar colony. As a whole, the map provides some evidence as to how advanced humanity is in the world of Overwatch. It holds large satellite maintenance bays, a high-powered telescope observatory, and a hydroponics lab with a large array of vegetation on display. On a smaller scale, the map also hints at Winston's upbringing on the moon. There are classrooms where Winston and the other animal occupants of the colony were taught, a large training facility with tire swings and rock wall climbing, and an old commissary for meals. The story physically shown on Lunar Colony isn't entirely positive either. Security camera stills in one spawn room show the growth and eventual takeover of the colony by its non-human inhabitants. Horizon Lunar Colony is just one example, but there is so much of narrative interest built into the maps of Overwatch. The deathmatch map, Castillo, shows the secret lair of Sombra, the mysterious Mexican hacker who uses her skills to manipulate the world's leaders. Another small map, Echo Point Antarctica, shows the site where climatologist May awoke from a malfunctioning cryoslumber. Nearby, she finds out that the rest of her expedition team died in their pods. Instead of directly explaining the defining events in the world of Overwatch and the lives of its heroes, the development team uses level design to quietly expand this lore for those that take the time to notice. In addition to the time and attention spent on character and map designs, the Overwatch team also employs several other types of media. These online stories cast more light on the events transpiring in the game world. Origin stories serve as key focus points for new heroes as they are routinely introduced to the game. They highlight which side of the Overwatch world's epic conflict the new hero theoretically falls on. Animated shorts take the viewer back to many pivotal moments in a hero's past that serve to define them. The emotional impact of some of these are like mini Pixar films. Also, several issues of a comic series have been released, providing greater insight into character backgrounds, as well as what the heroes are doing in the present day. This diverse media suite is impressive, and much of this content is well worth consuming. However, I think these additions primarily serve as auxiliary experiences. They help to further define a world that already has so much personality breathed into it from earlier development. The online team-based shooter Overwatch is a triumph of game design. Each individual hero has been meticulously crafted to exude their own personality, to the delight of over 35 million players across the globe. The summation of the characters, map designs, and related media make up the impressive story of Overwatch. No campaign needed. As new heroes and new maps are added to the game, keep an eye out for the development team's storytelling by design.
Yeah!